Previously on the European LCS.
Show me what you got.
He dives into the middle of them. Kevin will go in as well. That's a double kill for Creative. And this is going to be the game for Millennium. Selemar's not going to be focused. Overpower will. Overpower and camera shot. Oh my god! Oh, he's going back to the top now. He's going to throw 1v1. They kill each other. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the European League of Legends Championship Series, coming to you live from our studio in Cologne, Germany. I'm Joe Miller, and alongside Martin Fischer-Lunger, we're back from a fantastic event in London. We're here to bring you week 6 of the summer split.
And last week's London Roadshow was amazing. And we just want to say thank you again to all the fans who came out to support their favorite teams and casters, of course. But it's good to be back here in Cologne, and we really have some exciting games ahead of us.
It certainly is. And before we get started, let's take a look at the standings here in Europe. Alliance are, of course, still riding high in first place now with 10 wins and 2 losses to their name. And the closest team behind them is 2 games back right now, and that's SK Gaming in second at 8 and 4.
Millennium is next in third place with 7 wins and 5 losses, and Fnatic and the Subaru crew are tied for 4th in the middle of the table with both 6 wins and 6 losses.
And here are the 4 matches coming your way today. We'll start things off with the Copenhagen Wolves taking on Fnatic, and then Alliance will face off Millennium.
In the second half, the Subaru crew will take on Gambit Gaming, and we'll end the day with SK Gaming against Rocket.
And as our matches play out this week, these will be the 5 players that we'll be keeping an eye on. First up, I chose Overpower because he was the Week 5 MVP and has been a crucial figure in guiding Roccat to their current 4-game winning streak. His return to that spring split form has seen him amass a 20 KDA last week, and teams are going to have to be working on closing him down here in Week 6. Next up is Youngblood. He had the best performance in the LCS so far versus Alliance on Irelia, where he went 12-3-5. It was really nice to see him rise to the occasion in London, but I'm just curious as to whether he can bring that form back to Cologne this week.
And my first player to watch was actually in the same game as Youngblood, where he went on this amazing streak with Irelia. We have Taps now. His play on Lucian against Copenhagen Wolves was absolutely fantastic, and overall Taps, he's not the superstar when you think about Alliance, but yet every single time he does so well, and many people consider him to be the best AD carry in Europe at the moment. Kazing is the next player to watch, formerly known as Yero. With the departure now of We Will Failure, Kazing gets another week to prove that he's the support Subaru Creative wants to keep on the team, and if he plays like he did in London, I definitely think he's a good choice. Creaton, he's gonna be the last man to watch here. He didn't look too good on Lucian against Rocket, but then he really stepped it up on day 2 in London on Twitch, and it was a fantastic performance against Fnatic. And if he can keep his performance going, I definitely think he's one of the best AD carries in Europe.
And we'll have to find out how all those players do this week. Well, remember that you guys can find all the stats for the players as well as VODs of past games, standings and much more at lolesports.com. And if you visit the schedule link at the top of the page, you can also vote on today's games.
Just click the thumbs up next to the teams you think will win, and we'll check your picks during the day. And if you've ever wanted to join us here in Cologne to watch the European LCS live and in person, just click at the tickets, or on the tickets link at the top of the page, of course, for all the details. We've only 5 weeks left in the split. You have to grab them while you can.
And now, of course, we'd like you to drop a little knowledge on us. Head to Twitter and let us know which European LCS player has had the biggest impact so far this split, and why.
So I actually have to say Kerb, both a good and a bad way, because he's really the person deciding if Millennium will do well in the game or if they're just going to fall flat and just lose straight up here. So Kerb for me, but of course we want to hear from you guys, so send your answers to us at LOLesports, and make sure to use the hashtag LCS so we can highlight a few of your answers later in the show.
Well, before we head into our first match, let's take a look back at the European LCS trip to London last weekend and take you behind the scenes to see how it all came together.
This week is a special show because we've taken the circus on the road all the way to London, England.
We want to bring the LCS to as many fans as possible, and we have a ton of fans in the UK, and it's just a perfect opportunity for that.
I like actually traveling with the production. I like to travel with all the casters. Be here together, we hang out, we live together for a few days, and we just we have fun.
I didn't expect that we were going to sell this place out, so when we did it and did it quickly, I was very surprised.
The LCS is a very complicated show with a lot of moving parts. When you take all those moving parts and you bring them somewhere new, there's extra complications.
This control room is where the whole team comes together in the Los Angeles portion of the show. There's a control room that's down on site in London in a truck where they're controlling the other end. And so at all times we're communicating all across the globe to put together this one show.
For this London show, we have a very small amount of time, so we have to make sure we're really efficient and we get everything done. Every minute is just super, super important for us.
I always want to do another 2 hours of rehearsal. I want to have another hour with the script. I want to have another 2 hours with the casters. But it's that same time crunch that makes you excel and try new things.
A couple hours before rehearsal time, we walk the floor and we get all the caster stations and all the other elements behind the scenes ready to go.
We've just gone through rehearsals, so everything is set and ready to go. We hope everything is going to go off without hitch.
20 in a box, move, take.
I am Lee D-Man Smith, and I'm joined by Trevor Quickshot Henry.
I like you, my friend.
It's good to be casting at home, that's for sure.
Even though I'm on the other side of the globe, looking at this, the adrenaline like rushes through you. As soon as I walked in this morning and the fans started getting in there, you just get this like...
It's so nice to be in a full arena and see all those people that are cheering for the same thing.
It's not fun because, as you can hear, the audience just brings a whole level of energy.
We have two fabulous British casters on our team. Joe and D-Man are fantastic, and they were so happy to be at home.
Best moment was hearing the entire crowd chant my name, and it literally brought a tear to my dad's eye.
We love you, Miller! We do! We love you, Miller! We do! Oh, Joey, we love you! Way!
Thanks, guys.
Great show, everyone. GG. Before you know it, the day's over. It's time to reset and write the next day.
For myself, Joe, Quickshot, Deficio Shocks, and the entire broadcast team, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Really, really amazing event.
Yep.
I think Demon summed that one up perfectly for both of us. It was pretty special to be casting at home.
I have to agree. I mean, just being there with you guys as well, hearing the crowd go crazy, and the British crowd is a bit special as well, with some of the things they yell.
Special? Wow, that's an interesting word.
In a good way.
In a good way, of course. And guys, with that, let's kick off things here for our first